Just gotta open my cutie first.
You better, you cutie.
All right. Ready.
Let's go.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of History of Popcorn. We are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
Justin.
And we are bringing you some movie news as well as some fun discussions of all things film. Justin, we've got a lot of stuff today. I told you, I was like, I feel like we have too many stories, but I think they're all pretty exciting stories, which is good. Last week we just did the Snyder Cut Explained, which was just everything Zack Snyder and basically DC. So it was pretty fanboy-y for comic books, but I mean,
we're setting up for the Snyder Cut that came out on Thursday. Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I watched it twice.
The only thing I texted, we'll do a review for it. But the only thing I texted Elijah was, "There's a lot of horse violence in this."
yeah,
There's a whole lot of horse violence.
Yeah, literally, that's actually in the whole movie. That's probably the first time you're like, whoa, when the horse violence starts.
Yeah,
that's where you're like, this is Zack Snyder's. This is why it's R-rated. Whoa, that's what I said at a specific moment. We went like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, there was a lot, especially that entire Amazon warrior scene was like, I was like, dude, if I was doing a drinking game with how many horses are getting thrown around and mangled, I would be completely wasted by the end of that
for anyone
scene.
Going into it, we should give them their own drinking game for when we do a review. It'd be like,
I was thinking that
it might not make sense to you now, but when you watch it, it will. Horse, okay.
Horse killings,
it'll make sense.
You're just gonna get drunk by one scene. It's not a thing that happens consistently throughout the movie, but
you'll sober up by the middle because it's a long movie.
It's a long ass fucking movie. I surprisingly, Brando would be so proud. I watched the entire thing as it was.
Nice. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Brando would be proud. I did not think I was going to be able to do that.
We ordered,
but anyways, we'll talk
and stuff. There's it was a whole ordeal. We'll do a review of that this week.
Yeah.
Guests. Let's get right into the news. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
I want to take this news with a grain of salt, but I can kind of see that it's coming. But this is going to be a very controversial. We've heard it a few times rumored, but the Ace Ventura 3, I don't know. I want you to just talk about what you think about an Ace Ventura 3 in general, and then we'll get into the specifics.
It could go two ways. It is the writers from Sonic, which he was the best part in that. It seemed like the writers there actually knew how to utilize Jim Carrey's antics yet again. But I don't know, man. Ace Ventura is pretty damn dated.
Dated. I thought. Well, I mean, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they kind of.
I mean, like the jokes in like the first two, they just do not work anymore. I mean, like they're still funny, but
then they just can't be done because it's Jim. They can't do. Well, they wouldn't want to do it again. I feel like because it's different.
Yeah, I think the only route they could go on is having it be his kid, and he's like just in it for a bit. That's kind of like what they did with Coming to America.
I was gonna compare it to Coming to America too when I got into the specifics.
Yeah. It seems like Jim Carrey like saw Coming to America and was like, I could do this.
Maybe. So the specifics of this is that there's this Arts Alliance company called Park Circus that they highlight different studios and they do film festivals and stuff in I think the UK. But they were doing an interview with Morgan Creek, which is a film studio that owns a bunch of companies like Young Guns, Dead Ringers, Major League, True Romance, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, they were huge in the 90s.
Yeah, they got a bunch of good properties still they're holding on to. And they're like, what are you going to do with all these properties in the interview? And I didn't find specifically who they were speaking to, but they're speaking for the company as a whole. And they said that titles such as Ace Ventura, Major League, Young Guns, Dead Ringers, Diabolique, and Nightbreed are a few examples of multi-platform projects on the fast track for reinvention. Audience have been in love and thrilled to have the beloved characters brought back with new stories. Ace Ventura will see a new day at Amazon as a major motion picture theatrical with the Sonic the Hedgehog writers. They didn't confirm Jim Carrey's involvement. They didn't get any more specifics than that. That's about it.
Yeah, no, that's another thing is that if they do get Jim Carrey again, like if he stars in it, I don't know about that because it just looks so he's so old now. And I'm thinking about Dumb and Dumber 2 and just like how cringy it was to see them back in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm thinking about. Like he just like Jim Carrey doesn't have that like if we're gonna compare him to Eddie Murphy, especially Eddie Murphy has aged very well, and Jim Carrey is not really aging all that well.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He's gone through a lot in the last like 4 years actually. But
yeah,
I was going to compare this to Coming to America too, of like how, well, if you check out our review of Coming to America on YouTube, but I basically said that they failed to pass the torch to someone worthy
hmm
after Eddie Murphy, but they kind of wanted it to be that type of movie and it wasn't. I think they could do that with Ace Ventura really well. I remember back in the day, I don't remember how long ago it was, but there was a rumor that Evan Peters was doing Ace Ventura 3. Do you remember hearing about that?
yes,
I
that
was
we were
like,
gonna talk
what?
about that in one of the first episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We did. He came up a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, like that right there wouldn't be a bad idea. And if they went on the route where the kid isn't doing the old like
He
has the
hates
hair
his
and stuff.
dad's charisma.
Yeah, like he's
Like,
like, oh my god, you're so
you're
fucking
still
weird
a
and
kid,
wild.
Dad.
Yeah, if they like made some commentary on it, just being like, you can't say those things, or like instead of him saying alrighty, then
He's
he's like,
been
all
living
right,
in the wild. He doesn't know how to act in society anymore.
yeah, yeah. If he has to like find his dad or something, and then we get like a little bit of Jim Carrey who like tells him like we have to find this thing
Mm-hmm.
in order to save this stuff. Like like I think it could be ridiculously ambitious in many ways, but
Mm-hmm.
it really depends on the script. I don't
And
know
Jim
what else is
Carrey.
those guys and Jim Carrey. Yes. What else is those guys? What else have they written? Because that also
I don't know. That's a
they
good
just
question. But yeah, I think the main thing that this movie has to nail is whether or not they're actually going to get a committed Jim Carrey, because there's
uh-huh.
rumors that I think there was rumors that he was approached by either DC or Marvel for a villain role too, but we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. Jim Carrey
Yes,
said
which
that he doesn't want to do
I
violent
think
movies anymore though since Kick-Ass 2 and the backlash it had. He doesn't
yeah,
want
well
to do
he
violence.
he just doesn't want to do a gun violence. He's not a fan of guns, which
Yeah,
is understandably so, because that was after Sandy Hooks.
all
It
that
was
stuff
still
started to
kind of a
happen. Yeah.
cop out. It kind of seemed like he said it was because of Sandy Hooks, but also seemed like, oh, you're in a shitty kick-ass movie and you don't want to promote it. Yeah, no, these guys have mostly done TV. Oh my god. Oh man, have you ever heard of Dorm Days?
I don't think so.
Mm, they did those they're these National Lampoon straight to DVD movies.
Oh, okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog is their only, yeah, it's their only hit. Everything else
And it
is
was a hit. They're
pretty.
making a sequel that started shooting already.
Yes, it did. Yeah, no, honestly, like Jim Carrey was like that movie shocked me all the way around, but Jim Carrey was definitely the best part about that. Like he
Mhm.
brought the right amount of energy. So, like if
And it was just good to see him not take himself so seriously anymore, like he had
yeah,
previously in the last few roles, which I got that he needed to do. Like Kidding is a good project to look at, which was
love
not on
it,
TV. But yeah, I haven't. I still have to watch that through.
dude. The second season's way better than the first.
Really, wow. I'm taking this with a grain of salt because the
Yes.
main thing that I'm taking out of this is reinvention. So who knows? Maybe it's an animated movie or something. Like they're reinventing all these things, but I
Yeah.
don't know. They did say Ace Ventura 3 will come out to Amazon. I don't know. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I've heard this a lot. I just writers, that's a big step though. So
Yeah. If they like did like a second like a sequel series, a sequel animated series of Jim Carrey voicing, that wouldn't be bad because the
yeah, I
animated
think they
series
tried to
actually
do that in the
was a
90s.
lot of fun.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the first season of that somewhere around here. It's not bad. Seth MacFarlane was a writer on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That
We're
was
gonna
back in the
be
day when you actually tried.
when he was ambitious.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know how to do a segue into documentaries, but we don't normally talk about documentaries. But we have two documentaries here that we're going to be talking
Especially after
about.
talking about Ace Ventura 3.
Yeah, we're going to go the opposite
Now
way.
we're gonna go to documentaries.
Yeah, for those of you who are interested in the documentaries, these are two specific people that are having documentaries come out about them. First, we're getting a Kevin
Mm.
Smith documentary, which is going to be, it just debuted at South by Southwest film festival. It doesn't have a release yet, but I'm excited about this one because he's the guy who's making it with Kevin Smith has been around with him since the very beginning, since Clerks came out.
Oh, yeah.
And his name's Malcolm Ingram. He's basically a documentarian filmmaker. He only has like 2 feature films, but he's a documentarian filmmaker. And I mean, you like Kevin Smith a lot, don't you?
I was a huge fan of Kevin Smith, and I like his earlier stuff. Still love Clerks. Mallrats is one of my favorite movies
Right.
of all time. Chasing Amy's pretty great. But he's gotten to a point now. Like, I feel like once he discovered weed, he's just gone off the rails. And like movies like
Hasn't he
I
always
love
been on
Tusk,
weed?
but
On the weed?
no, on the weed. No, he started smoking weed when he did Zack and Miri make a porno.
What? So he
with
just
Seth
wrote
Rogen.
about it with friends? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. I did not know
yeah.
that. That's new, but that'll
I know,
probably
yeah, no,
explode it. I didn't
that's
know
the
that.
difference. Like, that's the difference between like what he was doing and how it was like pretty profound, even though it was very crude. It was very profound what he was doing. It meant something compared to now. And Jay and Silent Bob Reboot's a good example where it's just like it's fine, but it's also like it doesn't feel the same because he's such a lazy writer to me now and very lazy director.
Maybe this
But
will change your opinion of him because I have listened to I have been invested in Kevin Smith the person just because of how he's built his career and how what his career is now. It's I can't even really say he's just a director anymore because he's not. He's really not. But the documentary says that the breakdown is it's an exploration of how one kid from Jersey completely transformed the cultural landscape. A journey which began 25 years ago at the Sundance Film Festival, where his DIY film Clerks, financed on credit cards, took the film world by storm, leading to a career as a filmmaker, podcaster, stand-up comedian, author, comic book writer, television producer, a veritable pop culture icon with a very large and loyal fan base. The story includes a lot of ups and downs, as is Kevin's career, and Clerks dives into Smith's near-death experience from his massive heart attack in 2018.
One thing I'm very curious to see is if Ben Affleck is involved at all. Because that was the best part about.
He might be interviewed, I feel like, but I don't think he'll be like. I don't think he's producing it or anything.
Oh no! I meant like being interviewed.
He has to be. He's a huge part of his life.
Yeah, and I thought he was the best part, most surprising part of Reboot was when they got Affleck back.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure. Like, I don't have too much hopes on this because I know so much about Kevin Smith already. And if you have like his Blu-rays or his DVDs, all of his movies have these great documentaries on how they were made, and the history on them. So I already know so much about Kevin Smith, and I've listened to his podcast, the Smodcast, all the time. He's the reason why people do podcasts. Honestly, he's one of the first
him and Joe Rogan
celebrities to do it.
Started. Yeah, they were blew it up.
Yep.
Wow. I see where you're coming from, but like when I hear his passion about the things that he does, I don't know if it's lazy writing, but he just doesn't do pleasing writing for everyone. Like, he's not trying to please people anymore, where in a way, but I kind of get with the laziness because he is revisiting things. Like, he's making Mallrats again. Like, he's been trying to shop his
the amount of times he talks about Clerks 3 too is just like nauseating. It's like, dude, he does
do that stuff, but I think it's because he's just passionate about the things that have he knows. That he knows, and those.
Well, I love him going balls to the wall. Like, Tusk is one of my favorites. It's not a great movie, but it is such a crazy little film.
You'll remember it if you've seen.
100%. Even something like Yoga Hosers, which isn't good at all, it's still like memorable. That Bratzi, a Kevin Smith Bratzi, is always gonna be stuck in my head. But yeah, no, I'm just neutral on this. Like, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I do like Malcolm Ingram. Like, he did this movie called Drawing Flies with Jason Lee and Jason Mewes,
like
and
one of his only few feature films.
Yeah, it's about a guy fighting Bigfoot, and that's the reason why. One of the reasons why I made Big Squatch is
I was gonna include a documentary about the search for Bigfoot that just recently came out, but we could probably talk about it later. It's like,
I love Bigfoot.
I
love Bigfoot for some reason.
I'm looking forward to this one because I like Kevin Smith the person and his passion for art, creating, not just films. Because
Mhm.
he might not be the best filmmaker anymore, but that's because he just does everything. And if you just like Kevin Smith in
Yeah.
person, you will generally like the things that he does.
I wonder if they'll interview Bruce Willis.
No, I don't know.
And it's just a 30-second interview. So fuck that guy.
It's a real
Okay.
cop out.
Yeah.
Here's our next documentary. We're getting an HBO.
This one I'm excited for.
Another documentary from
This one I
HBO.
want.
HBO has been notorious for releasing some not short, but like mini series, like not just one part, like one episode, like 1, 2, 3 episode series of like many celebrities. Like Gary Shandling had a 2-part HBO series, and
Yes.
Elvis had a 2-part series. This we're getting another 2-part HBO documentary from Elara Productions, who is Josh and Benny Safde, who did Good Times, Uncut Gems. They're incredible. They're making a Paul Reubens documentary, who plays Pee Wee Herman. They're not making a Pee Wee Herman documentary. It's Paul Reubens, the man who created Pee Wee Herman. The 2-part documentary will be a kaleidoscope portrait told in 2 parts. The Paul Reubens documentary traces the life of the imaginative artist behind one of pop culture's most celebrated and unlikely icons, Pee Wee Herman. It will also include his roles like Mystery Men and Blow. So it'll just cover his career.
Yeah, no, and
what do you know about the creation of Pee Wee Herman?
I know that it started off as like act of desperation, kind of like, because him and Phil Hartman, you know what Phil Hartman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people don't know this, but him and Phil Hartman created Pee-wee. Like they both created Pee-wee together.
Yeah, they were in the Groundlings. Paul Reubens was in the Groundlings in the 70s, and he was doing that for like 12 years. And in 82, when he had been doing it for that long, he introduced Pee-wee finally.
Yeah, and the best part is that he just went up there and was like, "You guys want to see me break dance?" And it's just him dancing around, literally doing this, and he has glasses with him, and he's shattering glasses.
Oh wow,
break dancing!
That's incredible.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And he got traction quick too, because he created that character in '82. 3 years later, Tim Burton made a movie with him.
Well, first they did the Pee Wee Herman show, which was an HBO.
Yeah, HBO
special.
picked it up. Yeah,
and that shit's amazing. Very adult oriented, as all Pee-wee is, but some reason it got lumped in with kids. But it's very, very suggestive and filled with innuendos. But yeah, then Tim Burton made his first movie with Pee-wee and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely in the top 100.
Yeah.
And then they did Big Top Pee-wee, which wasn't all that good. And then he ended his Pee-wee saga with Pee-wee's Big Holiday, which is on Netflix, which I encourage everybody to watch because it's absolutely amazing. It's another one of definitely on the top 100, because that and Pee-wee's Big Adventure are just, oh my god,
because they put the project of Pee-wee into the hands of people who grew up watching Pee-wee and wanted to take care of him.
Yeah.
So
Judd Apatow. I'm curious about this because he's had a very, very troubled life. And definitely. I'm curious how they're going to treat what he's been through, because he's been in some trouble, and he was accused of being a pedophile too, which that he managed to fight that stuff. But I don't know exactly what has happened though to him, because he's a very secretive.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff happened when I was really young too, so I don't really know what people were actually saying at the time, and it's kind of been like so long that it's kind of like through the like telephone, where it's kind of like it gets distorted in a way through time. And
did you ever see that mugshot?
Yeah.
Dude, that mugshot scarred me.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, yeah. Paul Reubens was he came out. I was like, that's a character now. Pee-wee's a character. It's not real. Yeah. But Paul, this is what Paul Reubens said about when it got picked up, and he got quoted. He said, "I've been working with HBO since they were home box office. I'm honored and excited to continue my long history there. I love HBO Max, but I'm not gonna marry them." That's my best Pee-wee. That was horrible. Ow, my throat.
I know you are. What am I?
Perfect.
I love it. I love it.
You said Judd Apatow produced his last one, Big
The
Holiday.
last movie.
Speaking of Judd
Yeah.
Apatow, we're gonna talk
Oh,
about his next
transitions.
film. We're gonna be talking about his next film, which I'm excited about. There's nothing really released about the release dates of both those documentaries, but Judd Apatow is coming out with another film. He is a hit or miss director for me.
Hmm.
His next film is called The Bubble. Did you look this up yet? Maria Bakalova.
I did look it up.
The
And
Bubble follows a group of actors and actresses stuck inside a pandemic bubble at a hotel attempting to complete a film. Directed by Judd Apatow and his daughter, Iris Apatow, which they both also wrote together. Yeah, that was the interesting part too. It was like they wrote it together. And she's his younger daughter, the one who she's 18. So I think she's like, I'm 18, let me get a real job. I want to start directing and writing, which I think is sweet. I think. Because I loved her in the show Love on Netflix. She was
funny on that. She did have some great moments.
Good in that. But
playing the bratty actress.
Yeah. And David Spade plays the dad. I liked that show a lot.
That's right.
I
love that show
on Netflix. Love it.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Paul Rust. This movie has a big cast, kind of as Judd Apatow movies usually do. But it stars Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian, Karen Gillan from Avengers and Jumanji, Maria Bakalova from Borat 2, which is cool, Leslie Mann, who is Judd Apatow's wife,
of course,
David Duchovny, Californication, X-Files, Zoolander, Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele, Fred Armisen, and Iris Apatow. I love Fred Armisen, so anything Fred Armisen's good.
I love Fred Armisen too. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. We'll see. I mean, like I like you said, I love Judd. Like his first 3 Judd Apatow movies are fantastic. 4-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, and Funny People. Funny People probably be my favorite of all of his movies, which I know is kind of controversial.
Yeah,
but this is 40, Trainwreck, and King of Staten Island were very hit or miss movies where the length just showed like all the flaws, like you're watching them, and then after a while it's like, okay, this is going on for too long, and then as you're sitting there being like, okay, this is the pacing here is terrible, then you start realizing like other little things, okay, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. But that being said, this is a good cast, and I like Maria Bakalova a lot. And David Duchovny is pretty cool too. I haven't seen him in a bit.
I don't watch X-Files.
I watched Californication more than X-Files.
Yeah, he came back a couple times for X-Files, but that never got me excited because I didn't watch those. So
yeah. But I'm also, I don't know about the premise.
I don't know where it could go. I feel like it's mostly going to be like Zoom or something. Like I don't know what to expect from this act, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because the thing about Judd Apatow that he does is he loves to find smaller comedians in the that are around him and stuff and highlight them before they're highlighted. Like that's what he loves to mention about Pete Davidson in what is it? What movie was it? Knocked Up. No, he was in Knocked Up. Or no.
Oh no, he was the first time.
First time, yeah, Trainwreck. They just threw him in Trainwreck because they're like, everyone's gonna love this guy, and we want to say we saw him first. And Judd Apatow loves to do that with the people that he hangs out with, and he likes to make movies with them if he feels that they have a story to tell. So he's done that with like all of his friends. Like his last one was
Seth Rogen, Amy Schumer, Bill Hader, Jonah Hill, Pete Davidson,
and I feel like
Leslie
Mann. I feel like this is not going to be one of those. I'm surprised Paul Rudd is not in this movie.
I'm sure they're going to be cameos up the hoo-ha.
Especially because it's about making a film.
Yeah. It sounds like Judd Apatow is trying to do what Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg did with This Is the End.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, there's just something about celebrities talking about the pandemic that's just really annoying.
Talking about the pandemic in general, like this is going to be probably the biggest pandemic movie. Oh wait, no, we had that Locked Out or whatever. That pandemic.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to. It's going to be. That's a historic movie because it's like a pandemic movie. But anyway.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that quite yet. I mean, like I'm just gonna wait on the trailer to really give my actual like opinion on it. But for now, especially like we said, like if you like most of Judd Apatow's directed movies, they're really about life and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like more like he's trying to do a satire,
Mm-hmm.
which we've never seen him do. I've seen him produce like and write satire.
Yeah.
So, and that's worked like with Walk Hard. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Like this is it's such a weird topic, and like I said, like it's something like if oh, you just break something.
No, my phone just hit my glass.
My glass. I mean, yeah, I don't know if yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like if it's kind of strange. It's a niche market for that kind of stuff right now because you have to really uh lay out your point. And if it is just talking about how shitty these actors are for being like, oh man, I can't, I don't know, like there's just something about celebrity with the pandemic that's kind of just really really annoying. Just like what Ellen said, like, oh, we're all trapped in our house or basically trapped in a prison. Or when they did the Imagine, Gal Gadot and all those celebrities of the Imagine
All
thing.
that went over my head. I didn't see a lot of that stuff.
Oof, oof. It was big oof. That was the time when I was like, okay, I can live my entire life without you guys, without people
That was their "We
talking to
Are
me
the
about that.
World" song.
And they were trying to do that, but they did it with Imagine, and it was just so yeah. It showed some true colors. Being like,
Speaking
oh, okay,
of
you guys are very
what is it? What would you call that? Celebrity and I don't know, fame, money.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find a way to talk about money because you texted me. We're talking about Netflix because Netflix commits the largest budget so far with this next film
Mm-hmm.
that we're talking about. You texted me this story and you said, "When did Netflix become Dr. Evil?" Because the budget for this next film is huge.
$200 million.
Yes. Now that is not Avengers Endgame or Infinity War level, but the fact that this is the first movie in a franchise on Netflix is crazy. But this movie, Netflix commits its largest budget so far, with the Russo brothers attached for their first blockbuster since Avengers Endgame. It's
Oh,
called The Gray
don't
Man.
forget Cherry.
Cherry is not a blockbuster though, because
I
the
know.
budget for that was only 60 mil. It wasn't even 100. So
Yeah.
uh this movie is called The Gray Man. It's supposed to make a franchise, and The Gray Man stars Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. The Gray Man is based on a novel by Mark Greaney, I think his name is. The Gray Man is about a deadly duel between killers Court Gentry, who's played by Gosling, and he's hunted down across the globe by Lloyd Hansen, played by Chris Evans, a former colleague of Gentry who still works at the CIA. So it's a cat and mouse. It's like a cat and mouse thing, I think, where they're hunting
Yeah.
two spies are hunting each other, and it's Chris Evans versus Ryan Gosling. But it's a 10-book series so far. So, and the most
Damn.
recent one was from this year. And what they're trying to say is that they're trying to make like a James Bond level franchise, which is pretty. That's a big iconic
Ambitious.
name. Yeah, that's an iconic name drop to be like, I want to be like that. But this could be huge or it could be a big flop. But I think apparently Netflix can afford it. 200 million is
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. I'm curious because wasn't Bright that Will Smith, David Ayer
Mhm.
movie that was supposed to be a franchise, and they were like talking that up for a long time, and then that just kind of fizzled out.
They're still making a sequel because they still have the rights and they put a lot of money into it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it got a lot of
that was the
backlash because it was
another.
ridiculous. It was a silly movie.
Yeah, it was a silly movie. Also, because they also have Max Landis as a writer. Max Landis
Ugh.
is a garbage writer. Yeah, but yeah, it's I like how the Russos are keeping their Marvel actors here and there, but they're putting them in completely different roles.
Mhm.
Um, with Tom Holland with Cherry and this Chris Evans being the villain.
Mhm.
I love Ryan Gosling, so yeah, this could be really good. Um, it's surprising that Netflix hasn't done more of these like mega franchises.
Well, they've been holding on to
Probably
these. They're
because
holding on to franchises for a long time. Like they said, they've been holding on to this for a very, very long time. Like Who was
When
it?
did the books come out?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. They've been out for a while. They're still going, and there's 10 books, and it takes a while to write a book. So like I don't
Yeah.
really even know if the most recent one's out yet, but it's supposed to be come out this year. It said 2021. But um, what was I say? Oh yeah, they're saying someone else was supposed to do the movie first.
Oh wow, there are a lot of screenwriters on this.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw that too. I was like, when I was putting out my outline, I was like, directors, Joe and Anthony Russo, writers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's like 9 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
Or no, one, or no, that's not it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 writers. I think it's because they're probably going to do spin-offs or not sequels and stuff. And they're like, these are the people
Right.
who are going to do the next ones. We have to all write this together first.
Yeah, this was talked about back in 2011. Brad Pitt was initially
There we go.
cast
That's
to
what I
star.
saw. Yeah, Brad Pitt.
And then Charlize Theron was talked to star.
Mm-hmm.
And originally the Russos were just writing the screenplay, but then they were announced to direct in July 2020. Yeah, this is they're shooting
I like the
in
cast
Long
too.
Beach
They got Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Anna de Armas from Blade Runner 2049 and Knives Out.
her.
Chris Evans, Anna de Armas reunion. Regé Jean Page, Bridgerton, and he's coming out in the upcoming Dungeons and Dragons. Got Wagner Mora, which is cool. He's from Narcos. He plays Pablo Escobar.
Billy
Bob Thornton, Sling Blade,
man.
and Bad Santa, and Mr. Woodcock.
Mashed potatoes. Mr. Woodcock.
Billy Bob Thornton's definitely going to be the head of the CIA. I mean, I can't see anything else.
Oh yeah, that's like he's typecast as the head of the CIA now. Like he does that all the time. Yeah, no, I like that cast a lot. I think this could be really good because check out our review for Cherry, of course. Like Elijah and I have two different opinions on that, but that being said, like I think the Russo brothers are very talented, and I think
I love the Russo brothers so much. They're on my list of people that I'm following. Like, there's 2 brothers that I really I follow a lot. It's the Duplass brothers and the Russo brothers and the Coen brothers. And just kidding, I could go on, but
the Safde brothers are
the Safde brothers are there too. They're just starting. Yeah, they're let's see. I like the Russo brothers because they have a new company called AGBO. I think that's how you say it. But they are a production company that's I'm going to be on the lookout for and going to find a way to get my foot in there. But it's their main company. But Joe Russo said that they formed AGBO in a way to be able to figure out the best platform for their products. Like they make podcasts, they make movies, they're doing everything with AGBO. It's just their production company now. And they decided that Netflix was the best place for The Gray Man. And I don't know if that's the industry contract for them to say that, but I believe their choices in what and where they're putting their stuff. Like I'm not discouraged by the fact that this is
right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I did not know that they distribute the first movie they distributed was Assassination Nation.
Oh yeah, I saw that in theaters. That was I went in a direction I did not think it would go in. It was very strange, but it was like, wow, this is a really I could see that there was no studio interference with that. I was like, this is what someone wanted to make for sure.
Yeah, no, they've done some interesting movies. Mostly they've just been sticking with their Marvel peeps.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I like 21 Bridges a lot, but Chadwick Boseman is just a fantastic actor. Extraction I never saw.
Extraction's really good. They're making a sequel to that. I was really surprised by Extraction, actually. I was like, I get it when I watched the trailer.
I was surprised by the trailer.
Watch it though. It's way good. I was like, oh my God.
I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, this looks like it could be really, really fucking good.
It is.
But yeah, the Gray Man. Let's see. Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope it's better than Cherry.
Yeah, it started. I like Cherry. The first day of shooting was on March 16th officially. So just last week they started shooting. I'm excited. Oh, the Russo brothers are also doing a live action Hercules, but there's nothing to really say about that right now with Disney, but we'll see when that develops. They said more news will come out when they start working on it, but they haven't actually started working on it yet. They just have it.
Interesting. Another Hercules, huh? They're just never going to stop with that.
I mean, do you think Chris Pratt has to be Hercules? Going. We'll see. Let's not start. Okay. I want this next one is kind of encompassing because we just want to talk about the infamous Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I don't have a popular segue except for maybe a duo like Russo brothers. This is another
Yeah.
duo. Phil
Yep.
Lord and
Yep.
Chris
Yep.
Miller. We're getting a few projects from them. We're getting 3 specifically that we're going to talk about. I'm just going to start. Well, who are Phil Lord and Chris Miller, Justin?
Phil Lord and Chris Miller are these two. They used to be animators for TV for kind of underrated animated sitcoms, and they went on to direct and write the Lego Movie, which became an instant classic, and then they directed 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. They were originally directing Solo, the Star Wars story, which now that we have the Snyder Cut, hey, now that we have the Snyder Cut, let's get the fucking Lord and Miller cut.
The Lord Miller cut.
Because I believe that was a way better film.
They probably didn't even shoot enough of it.
No, I think it was said they only shot like 40% or something like that.
Maybe even less, yeah, because there's the dailies that they were looking, and they're like, we don't really like this very early on. So it was like, okay.
Speaking of Ace Ventura, the studio was comparing the guy that played Han Solo, his performance to Ace Ventura.
What? I don't see that.
The executives. I guess they toned it down like once like the final product, okay, but the interesting thing about this, like I think Phil Lord and Chris Miller are geniuses. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they also wrote and produced Into the Spider-Verse, which is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Spider-Man and animated film.
Yeah, they're the ones who took home the Oscars for it, because they're basically the ones who took they're the ones who built the team to make it. The best of the best to everyone. I did not know that they started off as animators. That's really cool. That makes sense now.
That's why their energy is so, I don't know, like
because their first movie is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, I believe.
That's right. No, the first one. You're right.
And then that was a smaller one, but then the huge one was the Lego Movie, which they also
the Lego Movie was shockingly successful. It's so funny that franchise was so successful, and then it just financially imploded after the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
And then the second Lego movie.
They didn't have anything to do with that, I don't think. The last one they had anything to do with is the Lego Batman movie.
Well, they also produced the second Lego movie.
I forgot that came out.
That movie,
that was okay.
That movie, it didn't make any money at all. That one killed the Lego franchise.
Phil Lord produced a short film my sister was in.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I mean, I think he produced it for like a UCLA film student, I believe. But the film is called Running Shadow, and it's my sister's in it. And I remember hearing about that back in the day.
Is she the star, or is she?
She's not the lead, but there's only like 3 characters in it, and she's one of the 3 because it's a short film. And it was like it's like a UCLA short film or something like that. It's like, and I remember her telling me that. I was like, "Do you know who Phil Lord is?" at the time, and she's like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, you do." And I told her, and she was like, "Whoa!" But she was like, it's not like he was there, but he just financed it for the the grant or whatever. But that's still really cool.
Oh, they also produced Brigsby Bear.
Yeah, I was gonna get we're gonna talk about a project they're specifically producing, but they have a very good producing credits. Like they produced the first season of How I Met Your Mother. They were the reason that got kicked off.
Yeah.
But then they left after that to do other projects. They were only attached to the first season. And they also tried to do a show with The Lonely Island called Awesome Town. They were producers on that. That failed.
Oh yeah.
But their very first attempt was called Clone High, which was a MTV show that it debuted on MTV, but it only had 1 season because it was very, very controversial because of depictions of Gandhi and other things that were very, very distasteful, I guess. I haven't seen it. That's from what I've read.
It's great. You would love it.
But Clone High,
funny
how long ago was that? Like what?
No, that was the 90s. It was like 1999 or 2002, 2003.
Yeah, 2002. But it's returning to HBO Max after originally debuting on MTV. Clone High is about the greatest minds of the world that have been cloned and are now attending high school together. At the time, it was really distasteful because of the characters they chose to use. Like they used JFK.
Yeah, Gandhi, JFK is like the jock. Yeah, Gandhi's like the.
Did you know JFK is played by Chris Miller?
Oh yeah.
And the principal is played by Phil Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. And Will Forte plays Abe, and
Zach Braff plays Paul Revere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Braff whenever I can.
yeah, no, I love the show. You can watch it all on it's all on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, but it's also on Paramount Plus if you have it. I don't know if anyone has that, but that's where it's officially streaming. But you can find it online too, because it's pretty old and not very strict with its copyright. But it's coming back, so maybe they'll crack down on those. But
It's
I like
so
that
funny.
people trust
It's
Phil Lord and Chris Miller now, because they're coming out with a lot of sweet stuff that I'm very excited for.
well, you can tell with Clone High that they like you can see their energy with that. And speaking of like Zach, it's so funny Zach Braff's in this and Donald Faison, and
Oh, yeah.
it's also produced by or created by Bill Lawrence, who
Bill
did
Lawrence.
Scrubs.
I wonder if that's why they know. That's probably why they know each other, huh?
Yeah. No, it's great though. It's like Clone High is like making fun of like Dawson's Creek and Beverly Hills 90210.
All those high
like
school dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
It's
the most
so
every
funny.
episode is like the most important episode. It's like,
yeah, it's so funny, and the way that they like manage it's the Phil
they
Lord
could
and
do
Chris
they
Miller
could do
charm.
this in a great way modernly. Like, who would you put
Oh,
in
hell
Clone
yeah.
High for icons?
I would cast
'Cause
every
they
single
can they
person
can
that
they can be
was
old
in
and
it.
young. Yeah.
I would keep it what it was before. It's the voice cast is amazing, and yeah, no, I wouldn't change it at all. If they're gonna revive it, they might as well just
Because it's season 2.
bring
It's
back
not
everybody.
really a reboot.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I
But
think
like
that they
new
should.
characters, who should be the new kid?
I'm not sure. Like I don't know. Like I'm sure that they'll add like Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum because they love them. And
I mean,
I'm
in
sure
the
that
show,
Bill
like the
Hader will be in
cartoons,
there.
not cast. Like real
Yeah, no,
icons in the show.
I don't know. Like they man, I'm probably like maybe Jonah Hill, like I don't know, he'd
You
probably
could
be
put Hamilton in it and have Lin-Manuel actually play him.
I guarantee that's gonna happen. Guarantee.
I'm looking
Yeah, I'm
forward
not
to
sure.
watching Clone High, but this next film, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it, because it's only Chris Miller's project. He's writing and directing it by himself. Phil Lord is helping him produce it, but this is a Chris Miller project. It's a TV show. I think it's coming to Netflix. It's called The After Party. I think we were talking about it a little bit, but it's the retelling of the same night told through a different character's perspective, each with its own unique visual format and film genre to match the teller's personality. In the cast is Dave Franco, Ike Barinholtz, Ben Schwartz, Tiffany Haddish, Iana Glazer, Sam Richardson, and John Early.
Oh, hell yeah.
And more.
Yes.
But
I'm down.
I loved the
that
concept. Each episode's going to be a different genre based. Like, I'm excited for this. And I'm just very excited for this.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. It's supposed to be on Apple TV.
Oh, Apple TV. It's a series.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be murder mystery? Murder?
That's what it sounds like. I'm looking at it right now. It's Tiffany Haddish is playing Detective Danner.
Mm-hmm.
Dave
Franco
yeah, it sounds
has
like
a
it's
name, right? Xavier or something.
Xavier. Yeah. Ike Barinholtz playing Brett.
He
would play Brett. Yeah. Ben Schwartz is Jasper. Zoe Chow as Zoe. Sam Richardson is Anik. Yeah, no, this looks like it could be really funny. I love
and Chris Miller directed every single episode of the show. Like, not a lot of filmmakers do that on TV shows. Like, they usually do the pilot and they're like, recreate this and do like upcoming directors or just directors they like to work on it. But Chris Miller was like, I'm gonna do this all. This is my baby.
We should be expecting something soon because they stopped filming February 18th of this year. So I'm sure that we'll be getting something soon.
Really? Ben Schwartz said he was almost done shooting it, and that was like a week ago.
Oh, it's
doing some reshoots.
Yeah, it's I'm on Wikipedia right now.
I think that was
never trust Wikipedia.
That was probably the principal photography, and I think they probably did some reshoots recently.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm curious about that. I like that premise, and
this is his first really good solo project, I believe, right? I haven't heard.
Yeah, and the first just like project that he's directing too.
Yeah, I wonder how that conversation went down. Chris went in and was like, "Phil, I love your input. I'm gonna do this next thing without you. How do you feel?" Phil Lawrence, like, that's fine. He's probably just like, that's fine, because they work together swimmingly. He probably didn't care.
Well, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was just Phil Lord's project. He didn't direct it, but he was the only one that wrote it. Chris Miller only produced it, I believe.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
seems like they're they're probably like not sick of each other, but they're like let's do our own thing
They
before we do
manage.
get sick of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Ben Schwartz a lot out of
Yeah,
that
no,
whole
I'm
cast. He's my
you guys go
favorite.
first.
Like I like have you seen his stand-up specials, improv specials, Middle Ditch and
Yeah,
Sword?
with him and Thomas
So
Middleditch.
I love those two. I saw those two live. Me
Yeah.
and my brother saw it. We saw it front row and it was incredible.
Oh man, I bet. No, that I had a good time watching those.
I want
My
more of
buddy
those.
Sean did not like it, but he's a dummy.
This
He's a
next, this
dummy.
last, I think this is our last story. Yes, yes, this is our
Yeah.
last story. It sounds like a wild movie. This is also Phil and Chris. They're producing it only though. They're producing a film called Cocaine Bear with Universal Pictures because their first look deal is with Universal. They like send all their scripts to Universal. I'm like, do you guys want this? And if Universal doesn't want it, they can send it to anyone else. So anything Phil, Lord, and
Interesting.
Chris do, they get Universal Pictures to look at it first, which is huge because Universal Pictures is Fast and Furious, like all franchise movies, and they want to see all of their stuff first and be like, the priority is on them, and I love
Yeah,
that.
interesting.
Um, we Cocaine Bear has a director attached, which I'm a little skeptical of,
Hmm.
just because of the history, not the person as a person. I'm going to tell you about the movie first because it's exciting, and I want people to be excited about the premise. The premise is it's based on a true story, Cocaine Bear. The film is described as a character-driven thriller inspired by true events that took place in Kentucky of 1985. In 1985, the New York Times reported that a 175-pound black bear consumed the contents of a duffel bag filled with more than 70 pounds of cocaine that was dropped from an airplane by a local drug smuggler, Aaron Thornton II. The bear was later found dead of an apparent drug overdose, ruled the biggest drug overdose in history. That's what the movie's based on, but it's described as a character-driven thriller.
That
Do you think
sounds
it's gonna
hysterical.
be Andrew Thornton versus the bear, trying to outrun the bear, survival style,
Yes.
like Jaws in the woods?
Yes. I think it's gonna be like the Revenant
I didn't.
but with cocaine.
I thought when I originally read this story, it's okay. When I originally read this story, I was like, is Andrew Thornton just going to be in the beginning and lose his drugs in the plane, and then we're never going to see Andrew Thornton again? I think that'd be awesome because I'd be like, let's just cameo the real guy, and I'd be like, have it be Hugh Jackman or something. Because have you seen what the guy looks like?
No, I'm looking it up right now though.
Oh, okay. I just sent it to you, a photo. But
Oh, you did.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be something like that, but I kind of think it's gonna be Andrew Thornton returning to try to get his drugs back and realize, oh, there's a bear who had my drugs. Now I have to avoid this bear because it's a character-driven thriller,
Yeah, no,
and it's shooting this summer, which is soon.
that sounds like a blast.
Yeah,
But like let's say who's directing though,
but
because I'm
yeah, we
skeptical over
are
this too.
skeptical about this next. But the person who's going to give us this vision and bring it to life is Elizabeth Banks, the
Mm.
actress originally, who is taking a step into directing with her last two films, Pitch Perfect 2 and Charlie's Angels, which
Mm.
uh, directing wise, the action was okay in Charlie's Angels. Pitch Perfect, I didn't see, but the writing in Charlie's Angels was horrible,
Mm. Mm.
horrible. And I
Yeah.
think, and the directing didn't help
Her
it.
attitude towards the failure of the box office too was just awful.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know how
yeah,
she received that reception.
she basically just said it's because uh, men control the box office and they're the reasons why women didn't go see it. It's a very
Interesting.
petty
Hey, I loved the
argument.
old ones. Drew Barrymore,
Exactly.
Cameron
No,
Diaz,
they're
Lucy Liu. I was
yeah.
excited for this new one. I was like, this is an okay cast, but the
Yeah, no,
writing has
Kristen
been
Stewart was the
poor.
best part, but yeah, no, the direction was awful, and I think that she also directed one of the many directors
Don't go there.
in
Don't do it.
movie 43. I have to because hers is the worst out of all of them.
Do you
Like,
know the thing about that movie?
oh yeah,
That
oh
was
yeah,
a contract like nightmare. They're just like, we have to get all these things out, and all these actors were like, this can be our way out. Technically, a movie contract.
yeah. No, yeah, Phil, not Phil Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Peter Farley, kind of manipulated everybody to.
No one knew what they were shooting.
Nope. They did not know. They all thought that it was gonna be like funny or die sketches or something like that. And once they found out it was a movie, yeah. Well, I think Hugh Jackman was the first one to be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You put me in this, and you have balls in my chin." Yeah, that movie's insane. Yeah, who knows? Like there have been plenty of directors who have started off very, very shoddy, and then they go on to do some cool things. Like I, Tonya is a good example. The director of I, Tonya and the writer, they did some horrific movies, and then they managed to pop out I, Tonya, which was amazing.
It's also the script and the content. Like this Cocaine,
and it's the producing too. The producing, I think that's going to that's gonna help.
Did you look up what Andrew Thornton looks like?
The picture was downloaded, but it's stopped.
Maybe I'll just Google it. Oh yeah. There's a black and white photo, but I would cast definitely Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Cocaine Bear is that kind of cool. It's by this guy named Jimmy Warden. It was a spec script. So Universal saw this script that was just written by itself, and by this writer who didn't really have anyone signed yet. He didn't have agents. He had a spec script, and it's called Cocaine Bear, and they bought it. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were like, yes. Cocaine.
Oh yeah, dude, Hugh Jackman. We should play this
with the mustache. Just throw everyone off. I was thinking of a few actors. Who else did I think of? I forgot.
He kind of looks like Warren Beatty.
A little bit, yeah. He looks like he has that classic look. I was like, it has to be someone really iconic, because I thought of it as like a cameo role in the beginning, and then I was like, what if it's like a bunch of teenagers in the woods trying to survive this cocaine bear? But it sounds like it's just going to be a character driven. So one person, I think, thriller. But we'll see.
Interesting.
It can't be called Cocaine. It's an untitled movie right now, but would you just call it Cocaine Bear?
I would call it Cocaine Bear.
Because wait. The bear had a nickname. Pablo Escobar.
It's not called that.
You should play Pablo Escobar, though. The bear from Revenant.
Oh yeah. That bear's a star now.
Oh, Chris Evans. I thought of Chris Evans as him too.
Yeah, no, that it could I don't know. I think Hugh Jackman would be really good. I like Hugh Jackman a lot, and I think that he deserves some more comedic fun roles.
The team behind this Ready or Not was originally attached to this.
Yeah, I read that, and I wonder
that would have been awesome.
I wonder why they went with.
They probably got Scream and were like, oh, let's go do that instead.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why they went with Elizabeth Banks, but who knows? Maybe she does have a good vision.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
But it is a very, very interesting choice that they put her in the helm. But this is in the beginning stages. Like, there's not even a cast yet, so who knows? This can go.
But it's all it's all going real quick because it's shooting this summer. Now that they have a director, everything's going to be happening really fast.
Yeah,
not fast, but it's starting. Everything's starting.
Yeah, the wheels are turning.
Yes. That is our episode for this week. We got no more news. Do you have anything off the top of your head that you feel like you want to just mention?
I actually did see.
Oh, Tenet is coming to HBO Max.
Tenet is it?
Finally, yeah, it's coming to HBO Max on May 1st. It's finally debuting.
I have one thing. It's in the spirit of, since we got the Snyder cut, there are all these different cuts that people are wanting from classic movies. One is Mrs. Doubtfire. There's an NC-17.
The director, yeah, I heard about this. The director said, "Where is this coming from? That doesn't exist." But
yeah,
they said that about the Snyder cut too.
Exactly. I'm just wondering what the hell happened for it to skip the R, because I can see the R. Like, Robin Williams could say some crazy things. But NC-17, no, you could do it. You could do a penis in R-rated. Maybe I don't know. Like, there's better yet for fans who've been calling for Columbus to release the NC-17 or R-rated cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. The director's open to releasing the footage, perhaps the documentary about the making of the movie. For years, there have been rumors of an NC-17 cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. In 2016, former child star Mara Wilson, who played Williams' daughter in the movie, said that there is an R-rated cut that does exist.
Wow.
The rumors then resurfaced this week and went viral with thousands of fans demanding the NC-17 cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. Columbus himself confirmed that Williams got pretty raunchy while improvising on set, but it wasn't quite dirty enough to actually warrant an NC-17. Oh, there's a whole quote from him. He says, the reality is that there was a deal between Robin and myself, which was he'll do 1 or 2, 3 scripted takes, and then he would say, then let me play. And we would basically go on anywhere between 15 to 22 takes. I think 22 being the most I remember. He would sometimes go into territory that wouldn't be appropriate for a PG-13 movie, but certainly appropriate and hilariously funny for an R-rated film. I only previously used the phrase NC-17 as a joke. There could be no NC-17 version of the movie.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, that's what he said. I heard that quote of no NC-17, but I could see the raunchy jokes. That's awesome. I mean, that's very in character of Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the day I found out he died, like the moment. I still remember the moment I was in the moment. It was so sad. That guy was incredible. I still have in saved a magazine that's like the life of Robin Williams, like right after he died. It was like the first Life magazine or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, because his death like hit me the hardest out of a lot of people because of how outspoken he was about mental health and stuff, and like being happy and stuff, and just everything about Robin Williams, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he was the best. Yeah. No, I remember my grandma telling me, and I lived right next to this video store, which is now shut down. I ran over there though, and I rented every single Robin Williams movie. And when I came back like 2 days later to return them, the guy was like, dude, you fucked us. Because everybody wanted to see, like, wanted to get a Robin Williams movie. And I had them all. I had every single one. And I watched all of them.
Which one you want, huh?
Yeah.
Hook?
Yeah.
I got 2 hooks.
Quite literally.
I got 2 hooks.
That's why I said to him, I was like, you don't have copies of these? He's like, dude, we had to order more because you took all of our fucking copies.
Yeah. Fun fact, I've never seen Hook though.
It's not that good. I've gotten
you're the exact opposite. Everyone I grew up with said this is the most iconic movie of all time, and I think I'm gonna go on that spectrum when I watch it. It's very hyped in my life, and
I mean it's a hyped movie. There are some good moments, but knowing that it's Steven Spielberg and Robin Williams and
I heard
Dustin
it's
Hoffman,
the best. I heard it's the best Peter Pan story.
Yeah. I just don't
feel like
Peter
that's
Pan.
not saying a lot though.
Yeah, I don't like Peter Pan. Peter Pan's the creepiest story of all time.
If you look at it at a bad view, that I don't even want to hear it.
Even when I was a kid, I've always had a creepy feeling about Peter Pan. And Hook, I remember loving as a kid, but I remember I rewatched it actually when he died, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
They're making another project of that though, like
Peter Pan and Wendy or something like that.
Yeah, Disney Plus, I believe, or something.
Yeah. Well, I see here that you have a very important ending to this episode.
Oh yeah,
teasing our new.
Yes, last week was special because we had the Snyder Cut explained and our Oscars Razzie special. That was both aired last week. But we're back to our
reviews too. Land and Cherry.
Yes. We got a bunch of content out from last week, but we're back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going to be revisiting another DCOM, although I have honestly never seen this one, to be honest.
Which one?
We are going to be. This was a suggestion from our viewers, one viewer, but Pixel Perfect. It started a discussion right when she posted it. It started an immediate discussion of a few people, and we're like, "Wow, that's good. That's a good one to go with." I personally have never seen this. I am going to watch the trailer right now.
Oh, sweet! We're gonna get a.
Can you look up the cast?
I can. Ricky Ullman, or Raviv Ullman.
This is his new name, right?
That's always been his name. Disney's just was like
Disney was like, you need a stage name.
Yeah, they were like, no one's gonna call you Raviv. We're not calling you Raviv.
Mm-hmm.
You are
where is he
Ricky.
He's Is he
I'm not
Israeli?
sure. I think he might be Israeli, but I'm not 100% sure.
Pixel.
Dude, I'm gonna watch this immediately after we're done.
Perfect. Okay, I
His
got
name is
Nothing's
Roscoe.
Wrong with Me. Is that a song? Oh, yeah, this is a music.
It
Musical.
is. It's about. Do you even know what this movie's about?
No, I forgot to do.
Oh no, that's perfect. That's perfect, Elijah. Do you
Okay,
know?
there's a
Don't.
15-second promo right here. I'll play
Oh
it.
my! I want to see your reaction.
Loretta could sing and dance better than anyone.
Loretta could sing and dance better than everyone.
For one thing.
She's not real.
She's glitching out, bro.
Perfect. Opening in January.
Oh my god. She was performing on stage and she was glitching out. Oh my god. This is like Back to the Future. That's a nightmare. I hate it when that happens, dude. You start glitching out on stage.
As a comedian, that's happened to me so many times.
What happened out there? Did something happen?
So yeah, no, it's about there's this band and Ricky Ullman is like kind of like their tech guy, and he creates this. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I mean I don't remember how he has a technology for this, but he creates a hologram of this singer who can sing their songs because she has the presence.
Oh, they
even though
create a front person. For
yeah,
That's
but she
funny.
begins to have feelings.
What do you do when a computer starts to get feelings? Pixel perfect.
And then I'm pretty sure it tries to kill everybody. I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen.
What year was? Do you know?
2002, I believe.
Oh my god! I mean, Phil of the Future was one of my favorite shows growing up.
2004. Yes, no, same.
2004 is my favorite year of movies. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, Pixel Perfect, man. I can't wait. This was my brother and I's favorite. So little fun fact. The budget for Pixel Perfect is $4 million.
Wow, that's not a lot.
Not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. And
Why
honestly,
is Disney being
this
stingy? Why can't they be like Netflix? Give Pixel Perfect a $200 million budget. See what happens.
dude, honestly the soundtrack of this movie slaps so hard.
It'll be on my playlist this week. We should.
Yes.
We should make a playlist for music online.
Dude, Notice Me is definitely like I know that song still. Like when you comb my hair, when you say hello, do you notice me?
Yeah.
I will remember that song for the rest of my life.
I'm excited to hear this. It's hype now. Yeah, so there's some incentive to come back next week. We'll be watching Pixel Perfect, our next DCOM Revisited. Although it will be my first time visiting it, so it'll be DCOM Visited for me.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna watch this the second we stop filming.
Check out our reviews of Nomadland and Cherry on YouTube. We want to do a lot more reviews of movies that are old and new. So send us any suggestions that you have for movie reviews that you think would be fun or entertaining, or just you would want to know what we think of this movie. We already have a couple of suggestions, Justin. We did already. Nomadland was a suggestion, so we did that. That's on YouTube. We got another one. We got Donnie Darko, True Romance, and Palm Springs. Those are the three.
Oh, nice.
We have to do discussions / reviews on, even though they're older. I've never seen True Romance though.
Dude, True Romance is great. I haven't seen it in a little bit.
Yeah.
What were the other ones? Palm Springs and
Donnie Darko and True Romance.
Donnie Darko. I have not seen Donnie Darko in so long.
I love that movie. It's just the 20th anniversary just recently.
Yeah, no, I have not. I haven't seen that since since I was probably in middle school.
I kind of want to retract from the pilot of my favorite actor. Steve Carell is up there. I said Steve Carell in the pilot, but Jake Gyllenhaal blows me away. In the last 10 years, he's blown me away.
Have you ever seen Enemy?
Yeah.
That's a great
so
one.
Crazy. That's on Netflix, I believe, still, hopefully. But that's Denis Villeneuve. It's one of my favorite directors right now.
Yeah,
he might be passing. Denis Villeneuve might be passing David Fincher when I say favorite director.
Yeah, no, Denis Villeneuve is pretty great. But yeah, sweet. Yeah, no, I'm down to so we'll do Pixel Perfect this week, and then we'll get down with some True Romance because that one's good. I haven't seen that in a little bit.
I've never seen it too, so that'd be fun to watch.
It's pretty brutal. It's a pretty brutal movie.
I mean, romance always is, man. Romance is brutal. What can I tell you?
Especially the true kind.
The truest kind always hurts.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but it wasn't important enough for me to remember. So I guess that's the end of our episode.
All right. Hey, that's
Awesome.
it.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for checking out this
Thank
week.
you.
History of Popcorn. If you want any news, entertainment, check us out on social media for follow-up stories of any of these. We keep people in touch. Instagram, we post clips on there, videos, interact. Facebook, we're on everything. We're on
Yes,
Spotify.
sir.
Listening to this on Spotify, cool. If you're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on everything.
I actually had somebody come up to me after work when I was at the L bar, and this guy came up to me and was like, "Dude, I just caught History of Popcorn." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, sweet." He was like, you guys have made me expand my movie list." He's like, "I'm watching a bunch of movies now."
Oh,
I
good.
think he watched the Oscar Razzie one.
Oh, good.
He
I
said he
had-
listened to it on Spotify. I
Yeah,
know a
I
lot
had-
of people that are doing Spotify instead of YouTube, which is interesting.
I had the intention of making, well, it's a podcast, so it's,
Mhm.
so we want to do a lot of cool production stuff, like watch
Yes.
throughs and like or watch togethers and Q&As and stuff, live Q&As, but that's in the future. So if you're listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, we greatly appreciate that you are considering the smaller podcast for this. We are
Yes.
just starting. But I recently had a friend come to me who was like, I just listened to the first 2 episodes. They're really good. And I'm like, the first 2 episodes, that's 2 hours. You listen to it for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Sweet.
No,
That's sweet.
people are digging it.
But like,
If you
look
guys
at that's a lot, yeah.
click below, this is my credit card number.
Yeah.
Put some money in there, and we'll give you guys some more stuff.
We hope that we can make something out of this, that we can invest a lot into it. We want to invest into this because this is important to us, and we hope you guys are going to stick around, and it means a lot that you are here.
Yes.
So join us next week if you want. Subscribe, like,
Yes.
download our episodes on whatever you listen to podcasts. Share with your friends. Thank you guys again.
Stay tuned next week for Pixel Perfect, and make sure you watch it with us again.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. DCOMs are coming, and we will be having guests with them.
Oh yes. All right, sweet
right.
dude.
See
Sounds
you
good.
guys next week. See you next week, Justin. Keep in touch. Have a
Yes.
good week, everybody.
I know you are. What am I?
Perfect.